when it all happened, I was filming away. So, there was, I'm like the rock of the family, especially when it comes to, times where it's like family is really needed, and now I think
this story never really cooled down. It just went silent. And that silence is the most dangerous part. Because now there's fresh talk that Quincy Brown may be involved in a documentary-style project centered around Kim Porter's timeline, with a possible 50 Cent connection. If that turns out to be true, this isn't just chatter anymore. It's a reset. This update landed differently, especially for people who felt Kim's story was quietly pushed aside. The 50 Cent Diddy documentary barely touched the questions that still surround what happened to Kim Porter. And that gap didn't calm anything. It did the opposite. The internet kept whispering. And now those whispers are getting louder. The word going around is that Kim's oldest son, Quincy Brown, could be aligning with 50 Cent on a series-style rollout that puts Kim at the center. That rumor alone lit the timeline up, especially since people remember Quincy showing up at Diddy's trial for just one day. One appearance, then gone. Some saw loyalty. Others saw calculation. What stands out is how Quincy moved. No online defenses. No emotional statements. No public back and forth. He stayed quiet, controlled, and distant. And that alone separated him from the chaos. Another detail people keep pointing out is that unlike others tied to Diddy's headlines, Quincy hasn't been publicly accused of wrongdoing. That clean image is why some see him as different, even though Diddy helped raise him. Now the conversation has shifted to strategy. Some believe Quincy's silence wasn't weakness. It was positioning, staying close enough to protect his sisters, but far enough to avoid the fallout while things were unstable.
I don't mean to be the super big brother dad, but this is nuts. I might record the whole ride. Might run out of storage.
I forgot my license is in my knee.
Oh, you need that. What'd you get?
My license.
And what do you need to drive?
Then Diddy gets locked up, and the energy changes. With Diddy behind bars, many believe Quincy may finally be in a position to tell the story on his own terms. Not as an accusation, but as a deep dive into Kim's life, the official timeline, and the questions that never went away. And if 50 Cent is actually involved, that adds fuel. Because 50 doesn't enter stories quietly. He enters to shake the room. Quincy has always moved differently from Diddy's other sons, and people noticed that years ago. Even when the spotlight was heavy, Quincy wasn't out front feeding the noise. That's why some extreme theories started circulating. Claims that he was protected or playing a double game. But the visible facts don't really support the wild versions, especially since he did show up with the family at trial. So most people see the louder theories as a stretch.
An enemy that has a position of influence in your child's life, and knowing that that person sends you notes and messages every now and then, if you don't do this, if you don't do that, that boy is dead.
The core point people keep coming back to is simple. Quincy stayed mostly silent about his mother. No sit-down interviews. No public blame. No viral speeches. Just quiet. And now the timing is what has people paying attention. Because if a full documentary is actually being built around Kim, the tension behind the scenes, and the unanswered questions, then this isn't gossip anymore. It's a rollout, a narrative, a spotlight. And once a spotlight hits a story like this, the internet doesn't let go.
And Quincy's missing.
Quincy's missing. Oh. And lastly,
After he was questioned by the feds.
after.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was in witness protection.
On November 15, 2018, Kim Porter was found unresponsive at her Los Angeles home. A family member reportedly found her in bed. By the time help arrived, it was too late. She was 47 years old. The shock was immediate.
A shocked and devastated Diddy spotted at the home where his ex suddenly and mysteriously died. Her good friend Kimora Lee Simmons appearing inconsolable at the house, 47-year-old Porter's body found after a desperate call to 911.
EMS 14, respond with engine 76 on scene of the cardiac.
The official report later listed lobar pneumonia as the cause of death, ruled natural by the medical examiner. On paper, that sounds straightforward. But publicly, the timeline is what keeps people questioning. Reports say Kim complained of a sore throat around November 7th. By November 12th, she reportedly had a fever. The speed of that progression is one reason people still ask whether every detail was fully explained. She tested negative for flu and strep and was treated with antibiotics and medication. Her family later said that by November 14th, she appeared to be improving. Her temperature was down, and she was even well enough to receive a massage that night.
We know that Kim, and it's in the this is in the documentation, shout out the paperwork. He looked in the paperwork and it said Kim received a massage for about an hour when she's supposed to have full-blown pneumonia. Who gives somebody a massage when they got pneumonia? And do we know whether she used that baby oil or not for that massage? It makes you say,
People ask, if someone is dealing with serious respiratory issues, why bring a massage provider into the home that late in the week? Another point that comes up is that the identity of the massage provider was never clearly detailed publicly, which left room for speculation, fair or not. The coroner's report also noted no history of substance abuse and no known underlying health conditions. By most accounts, Kim was considered healthy, which only kept the questions alive. Not long after, one of the first people to publicly challenge the official explanation was Kim's ex and Quincy's biological father, Al B. Sure. He repeatedly said he saw Kim not long before she passed and that she didn't appear seriously ill. Over time, he became more vocal about not believing the official explanation matched what he personally witnessed.
Basically.
Do you believe that she died of pneumonia?
Absolutely not.
Why? What evidence do you have?
She was in the best of health. We just saw each other prior to her passing. We were actually celebrating our son's new Netflix Christmas special, and she was doing just fine. In fact, we were all at the event together at Netflix in the lobby. Sean, myself, the children, all having a great time. And I'm, grabbing Sean like, what? And she's in the back going, stop. There's no, like I said, this is not marketing for me. I'm living this life. And the only reason I wanted to tell the story, Kurt, was very specifically because I was ignored. There was the most expensive PR campaign against me to shut me down.
Are you concerned that he still has power outside of incarceration?
Remember, I'm the only one who spoke up, and I'm the only one left alive. So this is not about a scared thing, It's just time to reveal the truth. I mean, it is what it is. I went through many, many years of scrutiny and being dragged face first on the concrete, being called.
In July 2020, Al posted an old video of himself crying, explaining how the news affected him. In the caption, he suggested he didn't believe things happened the way they were summarized publicly. He tied that belief to how strong and healthy Kim appeared around that time, including family moments they had just shared with Quincy. He ended the post with a hashtag many interpreted as a jab at public tributes. The post didn't stay up long. Al later deleted it and said Quincy reached out, saying the post was triggering. Even after deleting it, Al didn't fully walk back his stance. He continued implying that the official story didn't add up. After the deletion, the internet filled the gaps. Some speculated Quincy was pressured. Others claimed someone wanted control of the narrative. None of that is confirmed, but it shows how fast speculation grows when people sense influence behind the scenes. Al stayed firm. He didn't soften his position. Then, in November 2021, he posted a throwback photo with Kim and Quincy that reignited debate. He referenced a message Kim allegedly sent him, "Life imitating art, art imitating life." He hinted that there was more she shared privately than the public.
Already feels like a story has missing pages.
In that coma in 2022, you had the liver transplant, you had the tracheotomy, all that stuff that went on.
Multi-system organ failure.
Yeah,
wow. 60.
Right. Have they figured out what happened yet?
We will.
No, I mean, have the doctors medically, what happened to you?
Yeah, so,
because you just collapsed, right?
Yeah, so, just mysteriously out of the blue, which We do talk about it in the book.
Yeah.
If you actually knew what they did to me, there was a bounty on my head. There was a bunch of stuff.
So do you think specifically then that Sean Diddy Combs or people affiliated with him did something to you that caused you to have multi-organ failure?
I believe this to be the case, yes. Absolutely.
Wow.
He suggested she was dealing with something serious behind the scenes and claimed he urged her to contact authorities. In the comments, he doubled down, saying people wouldn't believe what she went through without fully spelling it out. That's why the post hit so hard. Not because it was specific, but because it implied a larger story. Not long after, Al was hospitalized for a medical emergency that never received a clear public explanation. He later said he collapsed unexpectedly while working in the studio. Doctors reportedly found multiple serious issues at once. He spent close to 2 months in a coma and underwent major procedures, including an organ transplant, blood transfusions, and time on a ventilator. It was life-threatening. After that, people started comparing timelines. Those comparisons aren't proof, but they show how quickly suspicion spreads when a story already feels incomplete.